here we are. We had a good old drive earlier today to the airfield lake. Had a look around the airfield lake. Totally scrapped that plan. Just didn't feel right. Didn't look right. It's just too well. A lot of wind around this weekend and stuff, so I just opted to come here. Nice swim, sheltered area, out of the wind. I just don't want to get blown away. You know, I can ill afford anything like that, and it's supposed to be sort of 50-mile-an-hour winds, etc. Various, so just got to be sensible, really. Heavy rain and stuff. Does look good, the airfield lake, but I just couldn't quite. Wasn't feeling the love. Wasn't feeling it quite right. And it does fish really hard, and this place is well. Hopefully starting to pick up a little bit more. The second person down here this morning, and now there's another 3 behind me. You'll see just coming after this footage, I've managed to wangle a 26-pounder before I'd even finished setting up. I hadn't even done the bivvy. The bivvy was sort of, you know, bits and pieces. There's tackle, everything. See, I've gone back to the old JRC bivvy. It's a lot bigger and more comfortable in the summer. In the winter, I like a small bivvy because it's well, smaller, easier to heat. It's not so bad. The next coming days, I want to be able to sit around in the bivvy, you know, cook some food, if necessary, get my Weber in there, and take it from there, really. So all I'm really doing is I've got one, what we call the channel. There's 4 tall trees in the distance. I'm going out in the middle of it. You can actually get a lot closer and go to the sort of, you know, the 4th one to the right, but the way the wind's going to be pushing across later on, to get a hook bait there, it's going to be nigh impossible later. I think I'm going to struggle where I am to get a hook bait, so we shall just have to see. But I felt that was the better option and the best, you know, best solution to the problem. The other one's straight out. I'm not really sure if Ian's going to join me this weekend. I think the conditions in some ways are looking very favourable for him, and then you look at the wind, and I don't think he'll come out. He's still not completely happy over his when he got blown out a couple of Octobers ago, so he's still on his nightmares about that. But it's looking absolutely gorgeous and wonderful, really. Don't you think? Really is nice. The other beauty is there's the car. Comes there. It's nice. Toilets over the back. You know, it's all quite nice and good, really. So I'm gonna finish sorting out a few little bits and bobs, and relax and enjoy the afternoon, really. See where we go, really. Hopefully I've got 3 nights at my disposal, which is good. I spombed out a mixture of flake maize, pellets, 12mm catalyst, lots of liquids and things put in there, and then fishing Masala and Catalyst over one, and Masala and corn wafter over the other one. Yeah, so it was the Masala and corn wafter that produced. I'm only using half a 12mm boilie, just to have a little tiny little bit of colour on the top, just sort of get them a little bit looking a bit inquisitive. Both on Ronnie rigs, both flicked out there. So fingers crossed, eh? Well, unlike last week, I haven't blanked at the moment because I had one, so I can't go too far wrong with that, can you really? Rightio, let's head back to me hidey hole.
In front of Gat, so
If you press the button that looks like a camera at the bottom.
Yeah, that's it. That's where I'm going to go, I think.
Man.
Okay, give us a smile then, mate. You'll literally be happy to see it. Other side?
Yeah.
Did you weigh it? No.
Not yet. Sort of last job. There it goes back.
Yeah, nice. That's nice actually with the sun on you, mate. Yeah. Caught on. Just a smile.
Well, good morning. It was a rough old night out here last night, but in the grand scheme of things, not too bad. Getting liners on my left-hand rod, a bit frustrating. Something's out there and around. Maybe I'm fishing a bit short. No idea, really. Absolutely no idea. But, a little bit of sunshine possibly coming through over there. Don't think it's going to last. Today's forecast is showers all over the place. I've just seen a fish then, or a coot or something, who knows really. Keep watching out over there just to see. Yeah, it's full of showers and everything today, so it's going to take its time. Brighten up, go back to wet and brighten up again, and etc, etc. So stick with it really. Stick with it. Wait for the fish to get on the bait. I've got to top it up in between showers this morning. I was going to do it a minute ago, but I think it's a little bit too early. But I'll say there's another shower coming in a little while, so not a lot I can do about that. It's safe to say now that clearly was a fish that I just saw, which is quite good. So it's all looking very positive, really. What I've got to work out is whether I shorten that left-hand rod. I might have gone out a little bit too far. So just have to see realistically, really. But that's not bad for the first morning. I'm up a bit too early. Couple of bleeps. The bobbin pulled up a little bit and then just sat there, nothing happened. Sat and watched the tip down with the rods for a while, still nothing happened. So I said, I recast one in the night, same rod actually, for the same reason, but that was a little bit more aggressive, so I was a little bit concerned about it. But no, so it's a little bit positive in it, really. It's all good, really. Right, I'm going to get back inside my bivvy because I'm actually cold now. Get the kettle on as well. Need to do things, don't we? Rightio. Well, I was hoping to do a little video this afternoon, out and about again, but the rain that was supposed to arrive at 3 has arrived at 1:30. So we've got a very damp afternoon ahead. I suppose the only bonus is it's going to actually stop by 8 o'clock this evening, which not too bad. It's quite good, and it seems to be on the outskirts of it as well, so it's not going to be it's just going to be sort of quite light rain like this, so that's not bad at all, really. We're in with a chance of a shower of a fish as the sort of day and the evening progresses. Just have to see, really. Quite happy with the conditions at the moment. I don't mind a little bit of rain. It's the real heavy stuff I don't think they like on here, so I'll just come back from having a chat with someone. Pretty good chiming. Went to have a chat with someone else, and the old rain's drops started falling out of the sky, so quickly legged it back to my swim, and yeah, got the rods out on the spot. I don't know, first cast on one rod, second cast on the other. That's not too bad considering it's wind's picked up. It's blown a bit of a hoolie out there. Fingers crossed. That's all I can say. Fingers crossed for today. Have to wait and see where we go now. Right, I might give you a little bit more of an update this evening, but I don't think much is going to change. It's going to be wet, grey and overcast really. Only thing that might change is a fish on the bank with any luck. Fingers crossed, for number 2. Well, it's the second morning now, and what can I say? Not a thing. A little bit, well, quite a lot surprised about that. Really thought one of them 2 out there would rattle off. To be perfectly honest with you, last night the rain stopped a little bit earlier. It sort of became quite nice, calm and collective. Even heard a couple of fish. I think there were a couple of fish. You can never tell with the geese charging around. So yeah, it felt all sort of positive really, and I got my head down quite early because I was up quite early, and yeah, nothing, absolutely nothing. A little bit, yeah, a bit of a shame really. Fish seem to be coming out sort of all over really, apart from in here. Apart from obviously I've caught the first fish I caught. Funny old swim this is, and I've often thought it was, which is why you've probably not seen me in here for some time. Can be, I found, for me personally, it can be a little bit hit and miss, and I find you get sort of like trapped in this little corner area, and the fish seem to be a little bit more spooky. But there are periods when they're not, and people do get really good results. So yeah, it's a tricky one. I knew I should have been in here, and I got in here, caught a fish. It'd been silly to move on at that point, and silly to sort of move on subsequently, probably. I think the only thing I probably should have done is Carpenter Kev managed to I had a good night. I sort of put him onto some fish that I saw showing, along with another syndicate member who told me about it. And yeah, Kev was, he had a good night. You need to watch his next video that comes out. He's doing pretty well, really. I had the opportunity to sort of move in after him, so I was wondering what was going on there. The geese having a wash, which was a good one. Yeah, a good opportunity to move in after him, but it was, I just thought here was going to produce fish. I just felt here was going to produce fish. Even yesterday afternoon, it all felt right. And yesterday evening, it all felt right. I was had a little bit of a beating for the fact that I didn't get anything last night. And as I said, the lake is producing fish, and I've seen to put myself in a corner that isn't producing fish. But we are really sort of here trying to sort of catch a nice big common before we head off to the airfield lake. So that could be what it's all about, really. Sometimes you have to, it's not all about catching numbers and things, it's sort of trying to target big fish. I'm hoping that you're sort of in the right area to target that big fish, away from the shoals, but it can be a little bit hard going. So, yeah, seems to be at the moment, but we'll have a brew in a little bit and get my head around it and back in the swing of things. So, fingers crossed, really. That's all we can do. It's going to be a nice sunny day out here. I'll do some videoing a little bit outside, but yeah, it's showery. We could be a little bit unlucky or not unlucky, and lots of sunshine, and yeah, it's a quite positive day. There's not sort of hours of rain like there was yesterday, from sort of 1 o'clock a little bit until 8 o'clock last night. There's a lot of water that was, so there's not a lot you can do about that. So now they should be hopefully in tune again and on the munch again. Right, I need to get a brew on. Oh, wow, look what we've got here. Repositioned the rod this morning. And yeah, we've had a take. A common, that's okay. I like commons. You have to like commons on this lake, because they're everywhere. Nice fish, isn't it? Nice fish. So you're going to be hanging on the thing in. There we go. Second one of the trip. It's taken a bit longer than I was hoping for, but we're happy with that. Got to be happy with that, haven't you? Hey? Can't argue with that. Let's quickly do the other side. Super fat belly on the other side. Oh, God. There we go. Oh, weird old thing, isn't it? Very weird old fish. Well, it's coming up to 4 o'clock. My buddy, the friendly duck, that's turned a slight menace when it's with its mate. That's why they've noticed that the rods are further down the bank now, because they keep flying around and catching my line, so I had to lower me rods and everything down. Reasonably good example, but normally it goes from right to left across the swim. It totally wrecks my line, so the rods are closer and lower to the water now, but gives me a little bit further to run to get down at the rods, so there's not a lot you can do about that one. It is what it is. If I don't want any buzzers going off in the early hours of tomorrow morning, I'll just have to see. So I've left the rods. Well, I recast one after catching that fish, and the other rod I'm just going to leave there for the night and tomorrow morning, because they're in position then for tomorrow morning. I don't get anything through the night, they're perfectly positioned for tomorrow morning. If I get anything in the night, chance of me getting back out there is not very good, so I'm going to have to aim for a little different areas. I've spawned a little bit of bait out onto, not a lot, but I'm going to aim for that sort of the fourth tree realistically, and it'll probably land slightly right at that. Depends what the wind does and what I'm doing at the night, so just have to see. Stepped up the size of the leads trying to get the baits back out there today, which is a little bit problematic, but we got there in the end. Near miss, but all was good. Yeah, so heading into the last night now. Not supposed to be any rain forecast. Fish being seen all over the lake. There's less people on here now, so a few people have gone home. Give it another half an hour, 40 minutes, and the weekend boys will have turned up. And yeah, it'll be about sort of numbers we're going to get, which we'll have to wait and see. Right, that is it for me. I'm going to start getting my tea on, because I like to eat my tea early, and settle down and watch the world go by in the evening. Disappear. Clocks changed on Saturday night, so spring is well and truly going to be kicking in now. Can't wait. Airfield Lake next week, guaranteed. I won't come back here now. I'm happy now. Could have done with a couple of 30s or something, but I'm not going to complain. It is what it is. It's lucky we're allowed to be on here a little bit longer than we are. These last 2 weeks gets extended to the sort of last of March. So yeah, long may that rain, but you never know really. We shall see. Right, there we go. Fingers crossed day for tonight. If not, I might have to try and hang around until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Rightio. Okay, there we go. Ain't that big, but it's number 3. It's golden. Golden. Oh, yeah. Tell you what, I'm chuffed to get that one in. That found a horrendous snag to hide in. Tell you. And it was nearly found the old estate manager to come out and rescue it from the boat. And there we go. Golden torpedo, hey. It's probably about 12-13 pounds, but wow, at Fort. There we go. Beautiful. Well, what an absolutely gorgeous morning. Wonderful, isn't it? Unfortunately, nothing last night at all. Carpman Kev's over the far side, and he managed to catch another one, so he's on a real roll, so this is good news for him. Yeah, I'm going to try and hang on and get everything in the car, so I've really got to be home by 12, but I really want to hang in here for the old 11 o'clock, 11:30 take, but it's 11:30 reeling, if not a little bit before. I've just got to be a good boy and get home. I've got to meet some friends at 2 o'clock, so I've got to get there, get home, get showered, sort my gear out, get it in the house and the garage, and yeah, it's going to be tight, I must admit, but it's worth that 4 fish, I think, for the trip, but we can only but try. Don't know really, heard fish in the night, can't see why I didn't catch, absolutely stonking. Did take a photograph of a 41-pound mirror though, that someone caught last night, which was an absolute pleasure to see. Unbelievable beast that was. Yeah, it does look good. Don't know if there's any rain forecast, I haven't checked, that'd be awfully funny, so I suppose I better I've just put the kettle on, so I better I'm thinking about the weather now. I better say I'll catch up with you later. That's the last thing I need to do, is hang it out and then go home with soaking wet stuff and soaking wet me. I hate that, absolutely horrible. It's happened a few times, so it's never good really. Right, let's get this sorted. Well, as you can see, everything is all down. There's nothing over there at all now. I'm hoping that's drying there. It's going to be the last thing that sort of goes and packs around on the ground. Yeah, I'm leaning against the big oak tree. Now, what is it? 10:30 now, so countdown for the possible last take of the trip. Who knows, really? I can only but wait and see what happens. When it gets to about sort of 10 or 11, I'm going to sort of start packing a few things down. Just realised I've taken something in the car that I need. Silly fool. I want to do my rods and put them on the floor and then get as much as possible in that bag, and rod bag's back in the car. Stupid fool, but there we go. Well, that is really it for the Meadow, not Mott Beggar. That's someone else completely different. Yeah, that's really it for Meadow this season. I thought it was last week, but transpired that it wasn't really actually. What it is looking like, as I say, it's well, what did I say, 10:30 now, and there's going to be 2 people on Saturday night. Unbelievable. What a place to fish on a Saturday night with a couple of people. It's not worth fishing Saturday nights when it's this empty. I know the Airfield Lake is open, which is where I'll be heading next week, so there might be a few on there. But I'm just going to say well, I went down there, set my bivvy up, and then no. I think I'd have got blown away. I wouldn't have fancied being out there at all, really. It'd have been a horrible time. I think this is the best option, really. So, anyway, allowing for the fact that I don't catch anything else, and the fact I'm going to push the boundaries and then be in a rush, Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And if I'm lucky, I'll see another little bit on the end of this. If I'm not, I shall see you on the airfield lake next week. Hunting that unknown monster that we all see and maybe a few of us have lost. Not me, I don't think, but other people over the years. Still waiting and waiting for that to come out. But if you've been watching their videos for a few years, you'll understand. Looking at that place, it's just ginormous. And the whole of the West Bank is out of bounds, so you've just got absolutely no chance. Crikey, the wind's now, it's turned to the westerly, which is why I want to get my bivvy down earlier. It is, yeah, it's warm, thank heavens for that. It's blowing straight in my face. I'll blow the cobwebs out. Right, catch up with you soon, folks. Until next time, hey?